My hair is super spiky today. The elections were yesterday, and that's a good thing. I mean, elections are how we determine who's going to be running things, right? And presumably elections are the voice of the people. It's how the people determine who's running things. Now you can argue, you can dispute that. I'm not here to debate. I'm also not here to push any particular political viewpoint or agenda. But the facts about elections are that there's a winner and then there's a loser. And sometimes the winner can be a little cocky. And the thing is, it's okay to celebrate your victories. Celebrating victories is a good thing. You should celebrate all the victories. But what about celebrating someone's failure? Now that's where we can kind of run into some problems. The thing is, celebrating failure isn't always a bad thing. I wrote about Thomas Edison. There was a moment where Thomas Edison's Orange County workshop was on fire. And there's all this stuff in there, right? All these elements and things that he and his people have been testing and experimenting with. And all that stuff was making the flames kind of unique. You know, you got a lot of different colors, greens and bright orange and bright red. So suddenly Edison turns to his son, shouts for his son and says, "Go get your mother. Bring her here. She's never going to see a fire like this again." That's kind of a weird thing. That's an odd thing. But it was kind of indicative of the way that Edison worked and thought, his whole philosophy on life. The next day, he cleared all that debris, all the ash, all the burnt stuff, and started over. And that's the same sort of story you hear about the invention of the light bulb. The light bulb revolutionized everything about our society and culture. It made it possible to literally see in the dark. But to get to the light bulb, it took thousands of tries, also known as thousands of failures. Try this, fail, try the other thing, fail, try the other thing, and so on. But it was all those failures that were really the reason why celebrating the success was such a big deal. I mean, and sure, changing the world. So that's one type of failure that it's okay to celebrate. And that's your own failure. Failure can be a mark of progress. It can help you determine what path you should be on, what works, what doesn't work. In that case, failure can be good. But celebrating someone else's failure, that's when you're getting into dicey territory. Now, I don't know if you believe in karma, fate, God, but I have a philosophy about this sort of thing. It's never a good idea to celebrate someone else's failure or misery or pain. To me, that's like telling the universe, "Hey, I like this stuff. Bring me more of that." Really, there's a command, okay? And I'll admit, I'm getting this from my Christian point of view, but there's a command that we should love everybody, love others. And it's not exactly loving to celebrate everyone's pain and misery. Now, whatever your philosophy, whatever you believe, I think you can kind of get on board with this idea, right? We should make an effort to love and not to hate. Nobody ever said you had to like everybody, by the way. But not liking somebody and wishing them harm, those are two very different things. And celebrating the badness, the pain, the evil that comes in their life, I mean, that feels an awful lot like wishing them harm. So it's probably a good practice to just avoid putting that kind of hate out there. Because let's say that karma and God and fate are all real things. You're kind of tempting all of them. Anyway, that's my point of view. What do you think? You can leave a comment down below. Let me know what your perspective is. Let's keep the politics out of it. That's going to do it for this episode. But listen, if you want to support me and my work, you can do that by going to kevintumlinson.com/books. Look at that. It just appeared on screen. Go to kevintumlinson.com/books and you can find something to read, something I hope you'll enjoy. And make sure you share those books with other people. That's how I'm monetizing this channel. You can also get on my mailing list there. If you go to kevintumlinson.com/join me, you'll be able to sign up for my email newsletter where you'll get updates on new books. You'll get little mini diatribes from me sometimes. But for now, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. Click the bell for notifications and tune in next time so that we can talk about something else.